How is it going, guys? Slippery Jim here. Welcome back to Ark Survival Ascended on the island. And in the last episode, I waded into the swamps on the island looking for a high-level baryonyx to tame up. And I actually was able to find 3 high-level Barys over a long period of searching that had pretty good levels. So I tamed them up. And I've brought them back to base. We've also got a couple of high-level devil frogs, the Beelzebufos, that I tamed up to play around with. They are a lot of fun, really fast in the water, and they have an amazingly long leap that they can do, which is pretty cool. So I've been spending some time on a breeding program with both of those in between episodes. So in the meantime, in deleting all of the unwanted babies with the wrong stats and stuff like that, I actually got a fair bit of experience out of it. So I'm actually at level 99 with a point to spend right now. So we might as well spend that. We'll put it into health, and that pretty much means we've unlocked all of the engrams up to level 100 here. Some pretty crazy stuff. We've got a submarine saddle here for a Shastosaurus. Whatever that is, but and then there's some items down here too which are all grayed out. I'm not sure how we unlock these, but it might be something to do with some end game stuff like bosses or something, but hopefully we'll work that out as we go. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff here now that we can craft. I think there's another set of armor too, the riot armor here, which looks pretty interesting, although it says it gives really good protection, but doesn't give any protection from the elements, but gives good physical protection. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, what we're going to be doing in this episode, guys, is I kind of want to explore a cave. So in the process of exploring the island, I've still got some areas of the island I haven't gone to yet, specifically down in the southeast here. But in exploring the areas that we have been to, I've actually come across several caves that look like they open up inside and go down pretty deep and stuff like that. That might be good to explore. So we're going to be exploring one of these today up in the snow area right up north here. This was the first cave that I actually discovered. It's kind of on the cliff over here. And it's got a very, very narrow entrance as well. And then it kind of looks like a maze inside. Kind of scary. But we're going to try to explore that today. And one of the main reasons I want to explore that is when I've gone and checked out these monoliths, these giant things here, there's at the bottom of that beam of light or whatever that is, there's kind of a little control panel. And it requires you to provide it with certain items in order to activate it. And I'm fairly certain that that is going to teleport us or initiate a boss fight or something like that, because each of these seems to correspond with a different boss. And one of the things that they require is different artifacts. I think the higher level ones also require some trophies from different dinos and stuff too. But they all require artifacts as well. And I've never come across an artifact in my entire playthrough so far. Now, one clue that I did get to where to find these was in the Explorer notes from Rockwell, and I think it was this one here, number 15. And what this did was when we opened this up and he goes through his spiel and stuff like that, you can see he's got pictures of cave entrances over here. And he's talking about spelunking or cave exploration and in the context of finding hidden artifacts. So that basically suggests that we can possibly find the artifacts in caves around the island. And so far in exploring the island, not just that first cave that I found up in the ice, there's also another one that I found down to the southern area of the snow area, kind of around here, in this spot right here that had a larger entrance. And there's a couple of others too. I found one to the east of the volcano over here somewhere. There's another one I found in the redwoods just over here somewhere, I think it was, near this lake. Another one down not far from the swamp area here. I think it was in this area here. And there's also one that I found while I was looking at taming Hesperornis. I can't remember exactly where that was, but I think like I would know the area if I saw it. There was kind of an overhanging cliffs. I think it might have been around this area somewhere, in this spot, somewhere around this area. But I probably should have put a marker on the map for these. If you guys know of any more cave locations, let me know. But those are the ones that I've found so far, and I haven't explored any of them. So we're going to start with this one today up in the snow. But that's a little bit later on. I do have to prepare for that. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but I suspect it's going to be very hard indeed, particularly if we can't fit any dinos in this first one, because it did look very, very narrow in the entrance. And with that in mind, I've been crafting up some ammo in between episodes, stuff like that, to try to get prepared. We'll probably craft some extra armor up today as well. If we're going into the snow, we're probably going to want maybe an extra set of fur, the fur armor as well. But yeah, that's something we're going to be looking at today. Now, one thing that I was also looking at is what kind of food or drink that we can use to hopefully provide some buffs and stuff like that. So at the moment, we have found a bunch of these different foods that gives buffs and stuff like that on different, that have different specific uses and stuff like that from our supply crates. And we're also able to craft up medical brews for replenishing health over time and stuff. Even cooked meat just by itself, I believe, gives you a little bit of health back. But I was hoping there was something better than that we could look at hopefully using. And one thing that I've remembered is way back when we started the series, one of the default engrams that was like unlocked by default was this note. So you can use this just to write on like a piece of paper, but it also says you can put it in a cooking pot to make a custom recipe, and it's extremely cheap. It's like 1 fiber and 3 thatch. So I thought even if these are not that good, we could experiment with them a bit and just see if they're any good. Because if we could get some custom recipes that give us buffs, that would be pretty amazing now that I've got a good farm set up and stuff like that. So obviously I've been able to craft up a lot of veggie cakes and stuff like that. This is my cake fridge here. I'm feeding Slowpoke down here. But yeah, so apparently to use these, what it says is you have to put them in a cooking pot. Now, I'm not sure exactly how this works, but if we put it into the industrial cooker, nothing seems to happen with this, so it might have to be the old school cooking pot that we use for these. I might craft up a few extras actually. We needed fiber, and we needed thatch, I think it was. Let's make a few of these, because I probably want to experiment a little bit with different food types and stuff like that. As far as the ingredients go, I've got a lot of different things we can play around with here, but I probably want to try to use the cheapest, easiest to get stuff to start with to see, because then we can mass produce the foods and stuff. So we'll start off with some raw meat here. What else have I got up here? We've got some berries and stuff like that, so let's grab some Mijo berries. We'll try stim berries. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got our crops as well. Now for the veggie cakes, I do use these savo roots, rock carrots, and long grass, but I don't really have a specific use for the citronal at the moment, so we might try and use that as well, because it'd be good if we could use that for something. Apart from that, I mean, I probably don't want to use prime meat or mutton or anything like that too much because it'd be a little bit annoying. Same goes for the honey. But one other thing we do have a lot of actually that is pretty easy to get passively is dodo eggs. So we'll experiment with those and just... What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to experiment and see if these give different buffs and what those buffs are. And then we can try and come up with a custom recipe. Is there anything else that I need here? Well, we can try some other stuff later on if we need to, but that should probably do it for now. Alright, I think I have the old cooking pot somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is. Let's grab that. And where will we put this? We'll just chuck it out here. Okay, let's see if we can figure out how to work this. So... how does this work? Oh, here we go. Huh. So we just have to click on disable autocraft. Looks like we have food or drink options here. Oh, you can change the way they look. That's super cool. That's awesome. Oh, you can even change the coloring. That's super, super cool. Speaking of custom colors, guys, I've actually discovered how awesome dyes are in this game. I actually dyed this crossbow. I was trying to get it to look kind of like brass or something like that, but it definitely looks better than the default. I also dyed a couple of saddles. So I dyed Alice's saddle red. You can probably dye stuff like armor and tools as well. I haven't got around to trying that out yet, but it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool mechanic actually. Like you can dye the specific areas and stuff like that. Like little sections separately. It's pretty cool. Anyway, getting back to this. So, alright, so we can customize the appearance a little bit. Looks like we can change the name and description as well. And then we've got the recipe ingredients. So put ingredients here to make a new recipe consumes a note. Alright. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is just go through each of these. Let's start with the stimberries here. And we'll just use one stimberry. And just so we can test out specifically what stimberries do for us, we'll just go with the drink. Actually, we'll go with the food, make recipe. And we'll go through a few of these different things. And like we'll try the raw meat as well. Make that recipe. Try a dodo egg in there. And I'm just going to check these out and see like if they have different buffs that they give you. So if we take a look at the stimberries here, that gives us on the food recipe 1.7 stamina, 1.2 food, 1.0 health. So that's interesting. Okay, definitely is buffing stamina over the other two stats. It also has a crafting skill. That might be my crafting skill though. Interesting. Then we've got the raw meat, which is 1.9 food, so a bit more food. 1.6 health, so a bit more health as well. And then 1.0 stamina. So it looks like raw meat is health. Stimberries is stamina. Dodo egg is significantly higher on all three stats. But I'm wondering if there's a weight factor to consider as well with these, although these all look like they're the same weight. But yeah, I'm going to go through and test these various foods out, guys, and just see what combos are gonna give me some decent stats. What I'd probably like to aim for is some sort of a recipe that will enable me, say, to get a drink that is going to restore most of my health. So, which is 440. Let's say about 400-ish health, as well as replenish 100 water, which probably won't be that hard because it's not that much, and be relatively lightweight compared to, say, the canteen. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be possible or not, but we'll see what happens. And then we'll probably just get a basic drink as well that is just going to replenish the 100 water to replace the canteen. As far as food goes, I might make that as a stamina buff type item and try and replenish, let's say, 2/3 of my stamina, as well as giving me some health, maybe not as much health as the drink, and 100 food. So yeah, those are probably the parameters that I'm gonna be aiming for here with this experimentation here. Let's just, speaking of drinking, let's just drink so we're not gonna die of thirst while we're doing this. And yeah, I'll come back later, guys, when I've come up with some half decent recipes here in the cooking pot. Okay, we are back, guys. So I spent a bit of time experimenting with the different ingredients and combinations and recipes and stuff like that. So I think I've come up with what is going to work for me, hopefully, and then we'll be able to test out the food after that. But in order to get the most out of these recipes when we craft them up, I think that it's probably going to be a good idea to reset our stats that we've put in different things like health, stamina, etc., and put everything into crafting skill. So at the moment we haven't actually leveled that up at all, but we should be able to get a pretty high crafting skill if we do that. There's a couple of ways we can do that. We can either use a mind wipe tonic, which is something that I found in a supply crate. I think we can actually craft that up ourselves as well if we wanted to. And what this does is it resets all of your engrams that you've unlocked, as well as your stats that you've put points into, and then you have to manually put them in again to what you want. But I've also got a mod installed, which is kind of a quality of life thing. It does something similar, and that's this crafting skill potion mod. It's one of 2 mods I've got installed at the moment, along with the event mod for our summer bash event. And what this does is it does pretty much the same thing as the mind wipe potion, except it's temporary potion. So what it does is it automatically resets all of your stat points and puts them all into crafting skill, and then after it wears off, it puts them back into the points that they were in previously, so you don't have to remember what you'd leveled up, which is just a super good little quality of life thing. So we might actually craft a few of these up. We need some cooked prime meat, a few other things here. Let's grab some of these out of here. Grab these. I think we need those. I think we need this. And you don't even need a cooking pot, I don't think, to make these, which is pretty crazy, but let's not question it too much. We'll get maybe 4 of those going. And let's just put the leftover ingredients back in here. Mijo berries. Okay. Now, after we take this, we're also going to be taking a focal chili, because what focal chili does is it also buffs your crafting skill a little bit, so that's going to give us the maximum potential from our crafted recipes. And then even after it's worn off, the recipes we crafted should be pretty high level, which is going to be awesome. Actually, while we're at it and we've got buff crafting stats, I actually want to make where is it? There is this thing here, the master crafted a fur chest piece, so it does require quite a lot of pelt, hair, or wool. A bit over 1,000 actually. Let's just take a look and see if we can get a bit extra just to be on the safe side. So one of the things I discovered with the Ovis, apart from being a really good way to get on-demand mutton, is you can actually shear them using these things, and they will actually give you wool, which is pretty amazing. There we go. It's left click, not right click. But yeah, and it grows back pretty quick as well. So you can actually get basically an unlimited supply of wool from these guys. It does use like a lot of durability in the scissors. You have to repair them pretty regularly, but yeah, this is a pretty good way of getting wool. Just such an amazing little detail in the game. I really love that they've got this sort of thing in there. So we got 150 wool just from doing that, which is pretty awesome. Let's close that. Oh, in between episodes as well, while I was working on the breeding program, I had some spare time on my hands, so I actually took the Yankee up using Alice to some of the mountains around the place and got some metal, so we might actually start smelting that up into ingots. That's going to come in handy if we end up crafting any of the very expensive machines later on, like the grinder. Okay, so hopefully we've got enough now to make that. Alright, I think we're ready to go with this. So yeah, we've got some notes here, we've got the ingredients that we're going to be using, etc. Let's just take the focal chili, and that should show in our buffs now. So it gives us, it says crafting speed, but I think it also buffs, unless it's been changed, I think it also buffs the level of the crafting skill. And then we'll take one of these crafting skill potions as well. So that's going to last for 900 seconds for us. So we'll craft one of these up. Looks like we don't have enough to make two of them, but that's okay. And then we'll go over and we'll make our custom recipes. So let's do that. Oh, we have to put in the notes first, of course. Okay, so we'll start with our food. So we're going to start with the cake. We're going to make ourselves a cake. Let's just customize it a little bit here. We'll have some delicious red icing. We'll go with, let's see, some green frosting there. And we'll just have a delicious looking, what have we got to work with here? Black, yeah, chocolate cake, right? That looks pretty good. So yeah, well, for this first one, what we're going to be doing is going for something that's going to give us basically our food. It's going to give us health, but mostly stamina. So with this one, we're going to go with 10 stimberries. Probably should have separated them out beforehand, but there's 10 stimberries. We're going to go with 20 meat. And we're going to go with 1 egg. That's the recipe I came up with. Alright, we have our custom recipes, guys, and they're looking pretty good. Let's just check the stats on these. So we'll look at the drinks first. We have the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster, which is like having your brain smashed out by a slice of lemon wrapped around a large gold brick. So this is basically 3 citronal to cook. And it gives us 138 water, so instantly replenishes all of my water. It also gives 16 health, 3 stamina, so nothing crazy there, but it is giving us our full hydration needs. And as far as the weight goes, this weighs 0.1, which is pretty amazing. So it's definitely going to be more efficient weight-wise than carrying around a canteen, because a canteen can replenish 300 water. In other words, you get 3 full replenishments of your hydration out of one of these, whereas 3 of these would do the same thing, which is 0.3 in weight, compared to this thing, which is 2.0 weight. So yeah, way lighter, and I can take a lot more of these, which is awesome. And then we have our Syrian Panther Sweat. So this uses 2 citronal and 40 raw meat, so a whole stack of raw meat, but I can get tons of that. And what this does for us, at least on paper, it says it replenishes 128 water, which is great, but it also replenishes 413 health, which is nearly all of my health back. And I mean, I shouldn't need to replenish all my health, because otherwise I would have been dead, if you know what I mean. So that should be more than enough. And it also replenishes 39 stamina, so a little bit of a stamina boost as well. So this is a pretty good drink here. So the other stuff we have is our foods. So we have our Beelzebufo burger, which is 1 Mijo berry and 7 raw meat. And what this does is it gives us 101 food. So it's basically just going to be filling up our food whenever we get hungry, for 7 raw meat and 1 Mijo berry. So probably not as efficient in terms of materials, because it's going to do the same thing as 5 cooked meat, although we don't have to cook the meat, so that's pretty cool. Let's just get some health back here, because apparently when our crafting skill potion wears off, it takes most of our health with it. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Let's put that in there. Alright, where were we? So we were looking at this. Yeah, so in terms of materials, it's slightly less efficient if you don't take into account actually cooking stuff, which takes a little bit of time. But weight-wise, this is 0.1, and this replenishes all of our food at once. Whereas if we were to look at the equivalent in cooked meat, that's 0.5. So already it's much more efficient in weight, and I can take a lot more of these compared to a full stack of meat. So yeah, that's awesome. Now our strawberry shortcake here. So with this one, it's 1 dodo egg, 10 stimberry, and 20 raw meat. And what this one gives us is 382 food. So obviously way more than we even need at 100 food. But it also gives us 284 health, which is a significant amount of health as well. And it gives us 206 stamina, which is going to refill our stamina back to max as well. And it says 10.9 crafting skill. I'm not sure what that means. They all say the same thing. I don't know if that means it gives me the buff, or if that's the crafting skill I had when I crafted it. But anyway, yeah, so that's going to be awesome for a little bit of stamina regen. I'm not sure exactly how these work, actually, whether it's restoring those health and stamina buffs, whether it's restoring that over time, or if it's instant. If it's instant, it's going to be super OP, let's just say. Alright, so let's see if we can craft these up in the industrial crafter here and try them out. We'll grab some of our raw meat out of here. We will need a fair bit of this. What else did we have? Mijo berries. Dodo eggs. citronelle. Those in there. I think that's everything that we needed. So the main thing I'm interested in is the health. Get the health restoration from this Syrian Panther Sweat. So we'll craft one of these up just to test that out. Start with here. And yeah, we'll test this one out. This should give us an idea of how it's going to work. Okay, so we need to lose some health to test this. We'll jump off the cliff. It shouldn't kill me, but it should significantly reduce my health. There is a theory wandering around down there somewhere, so hopefully we don't run into that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how quickly this restores our health. Okay, there goes like half of our health. Let's just drink one of our Syrian Panther Sweat drinks. There we go. Okay, so it's definitely not instant health, which is what I was kind of hoping it would be. Because that would have been fantastic. But it is definitely restoring health very slowly over time. Looks like about 1 health per second. We're also getting our water back slowly here. So even the water isn't instant. Okay. But it might be good to have running, like, regenerating health slowly over time, right? So that's still pretty cool. Plus, it's going to replace our hydration and stuff like that. I don't think I explained this stuff that I did down here either yet, did I, guys? All right, so we have our custom recipes. We can craft those in bulk now in the industrial crafter. So if nothing else, they're going to be a lot more efficient weight-wise than just using the canteen or wow, that's a really colourful dialect. They're going to be a lot more weight efficient, I think, which is cool. But yeah, in between episodes, like I said, I've been working on the breeding program, guys, and I'll just show you how I've been doing this. So I built this little structure here. So this is my frog spawning area. I didn't really know what to do with the roof on this thing, so I just kind of copied what I've done with the towers on my base and stuff like that. But this is something I had to craft because I realized pretty quickly that when it comes to breeding the frogs, they don't breed unless they're underwater to start with. And also their eggs don't hatch unless they're underwater. The other thing is that once the eggs do hatch, as you'd probably imagine, you don't just get straight frogs. You get tadpoles out of the eggs until they grow to maturity, and then they become the fully grown frogs that you can see here. But as tadpoles, if they go up on land, they will die pretty quickly because they can't survive on land until they reach maturity. So for that reason, I had to build a spawning pond here to breed the frogs in, that's protected from, hostile fish and stuff like that. So I've got my Oviraptor over here, which collects the eggs when they get hatched by the breeding frogs. And down here I've got 5 breeding females, which are unmutated. And these have the combined best stats of our original wild Beelzebufo teams. And then I've been breeding 2 for 2 specific mutations, one into Malay and one into health in separate breeding lines. So here at the moment we're breeding the Malay mutation here. This frog has 4 mutations all into Malay damage, and I'm hoping to get some pretty high Malay damage levels eventually. So after they lay a bunch of eggs, I take these eggs out and lay them underwater here, and then I check out the babies to see if any of them have mutations, and then to see if any of those mutations are into Malay damage in that case. But I've also got a health mutation going here, which is this frog, and this one actually has 21 mutations into health, so nearly double the original health here. And I'll probably keep going with these a little bit longer to see what point we can get out with their stats being buffed. It's a very slow, long process, but I think it's going to pay off in the long run, and it's been a really good learning process for me as well in terms of figuring out Ark breeding mechanics, although I did get a bit of experience with that from my RG breeding as well. And while we're at it, let's show you guys the baryonyx breeding setup that I've got going on as well. We did sort of see a little bit of it already, but what I've got set up, I'm also breeding into Malayan health with these guys. So I've got the unmutated breeders here, and from the 3 Barys that I got originally, I bred those up until I got the best stats from the 3 of them combined into one dino, and then I got male and female versions of those stats. And these 5 females here are basically here to breed with the mutated males. At the moment I've got 11 mutations into Malay with this one, who's currently breeding. And I've also got health going with these guys. So at the moment this is my highest health mutation. I've got 20 levels into health as well. So this one's at 8,000 health, which is actually pretty awesome. And I kind of want to get to 10,000 base health. I think that would be a good goal to aim for with these. So it'll take a little bit longer to get there, particularly because once you get to 20 out of 20 mutations on either the male or female side of the ancestry, it halves the chance of getting future mutations. You can keep going though and keep stacking those mutations, but it is RNG, and it takes a long time for the babies to level up to maturity, and for the eggs to get laid and stuff like that. But yeah, over here we've got another Oviraptor collecting the eggs for these guys as well. The other thing that I did is although the frog eggs seem to hatch if they're in water, regardless of temperature, these regular Bary eggs, they need to be the right temperature. So underneath the floor here, what I did was I got the air conditioners that I had when I was breeding the RGs upstairs, and I've relocated those under the floor here. I don't know if you guys can see this, it's pretty dark down here at the moment. But yeah, I've relocated these underneath the floor so that they will regulate the temperature in the hallway above. They have a radius of like 1 or 2 squares or something like that. And I've also got some electric lighting down here to illuminate the floor there so I can see the dinos and the eggs and stuff, what's going on at night. I didn't want to put the electric lights up top here because, I don't know, it'll probably ruin the vibe I've got going with the, you know, with the ancient stone temple look that's going on. But yeah, that's basically the setup I've got going on with our breeding setup. Just transport some of these up top. Is this finished yet? No, it's still going. Okay. I had a lot of metal there to cook up. Okay, so we're a little bit more advanced in our preparation now for going into the cave. There's just a couple of other items that I want to craft up. Let's just turn that off for now. I will cook up some more of those foods though. Let's just put the metal in here. So one other thing that I want to make is a sword. We probably have to craft that over here. Craft one of those up. And we did get our fur chest piece crafted as well, which is awesome. 181 armor on that is pretty nice. But I'm also going to need some gloves and stuff like that. Hopefully we've got enough materials for that. Okay, I think my preparations are complete now, guys. We're going to head to the snow cave. I've got Oscar here to give me a bit more insulation and some company as well. So we're on 747 cold resist at the moment, which is pretty awesome. Got some building materials, got a bed, different things here, some foods that might be useful, some spare armor and whatnot, and our weapons, of course. So yeah, hopefully we've got everything that we're going to need to take on our very first cave here. And yeah, we'll head north. It shouldn't be too far to go. It's yeah, not that far away, so let's head up there. What is that? Oh, it's a Yeti. Stuck in the water. Interesting. Thought it was some weird sea monster or something. Alright, we're at the cave, guys. Still where I remember it. Pretty easy to find this one. There's basically a road leading down to it. But yeah, the entrance is definitely as narrow as I remember. Like, this is ridiculously narrow. I don't think even my character would fit in here unless I crouch. Getting a bit of lag there at the entrance as well. So yeah, there's no way I'd fit any dinos in there, I don't think. But we'll set up a respawn area here. So yeah, I'll set Alice to neutral so she can defend herself, just in case anything hostile comes down here. Hopefully we've blocked off most of this area with the little base there, the outpost that we built. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. So let's head on in here. It's kind of scary. I can hear noises down in there, down in the depths. Sure which direction we should go in here. Can we get across that way? Might be tricky getting back, but try jumping across. What's down here? It's actually not that dark. Lots of crystals. Man, I can hardly fit through these tunnels. Okay, this seems to lead nowhere. Gotta be careful. There's gotta be some dinos down here waiting to ambush me. It's a dead end here, I think. It's definitely a maze, this one. Wow, look at that. I would not want to fall down in there. Spikes at the bottom of that pit. I don't think there'd be any way to get out of that either. Okay, that seemed to be a dead end. I didn't really see anything down in there. Probably, going around in circles already. Feels like I am. I think we've been through here before. That's that pit again. So we'll take a right-hand turn this time. That's the pit. Okay, it's got to be this way. I feel like this is heading back towards the entrance though. There's those bushes. Bamboo, whatever that is. Okay, that's where we jumped across. It's gonna be back this way, I think. Okay, what is that? Onic. Can we hit it from here? Oh, there's so many. Oh, the lag. There's probably like tons of them glitched inside each other. See if we can take them out though, because it looks like they might be stuck on something. We'll just use arrows. Wait. Okay, here comes one. Try and hit it in the head if we can, or maybe that'll do the job. Alright. It didn't get us too bad. We'll just eat one of our cakes. Just regen a little bit of health over time there with that. Oh, that one's munching on me. Okay, you're dead. He was having a good old munch. Damn, the lag is pretty bad down in here though. I don't know how many frames we're getting. Where is it? Okay, you're dead. Actually dropped a little bit of stuff for me. Grab that, why not? Oh, what's going on here? I've got a debuff. Mega rabies. Health and stamina rapidly decreasing. Okay, let's take an antidote. Hopefully that cures it for us. Seemed to work on the swamp fever. And we'll grab some of our med brews. Get that going. Alright. I'm just worried that a whole bunch of them are going to come at me at once, which could be disastrous for us. There's one dead. There might just be one left over there. There we go. Alright. Okay. I don't think we can get across there, can we? Are we supposed to jump across there? I don't know. This has me worried. Yeah, there's definitely something back there. There's a lot of bats. Reload. Did that other one go? Die! Oof! He got a bite off. I think I have the antidote still going though. Another one there. Oh shoot! Try and get those headshots for maximum damage. There we go. Right, this is where all the action is down this corridor. That one might be stuck in there. Oh, there's something else in there as well. What's that? Creepy crawly? What is that? It's like a, oh, it's a spider. Some sort of spider or insect or something. It's webbed me up. It's gotta be a spider. The bat's still back there somewhere. So we'll take it out with the shotgun. So far so good. These guys all dead. There's another spider down there. Oh, this is getting scary now. Thank goodness they haven't trouble pathfinding or something, because half of them seem to get stuck. Man, what's that sound? I can hear like it sounds like a washing machine or something. Someone's doing their laundry back here. See if there's anything up here. I was hoping for some loot or something, but so far we haven't seen anything that looks like it might be. Oh, what is this through here? Ooh. Okay, I don't know how to get to that. There's probably another way around to it or something like that. It's this way. This is back the way we came. Let's have a look up here. Oh, this is really narrow. What is going on here? Oh my goodness. Spiders down in there. Is that one dead? No, it's not. You know what I probably should have brought is I probably should have brought those grappling hooks. I've never actually used them before, but this would be the perfect situation where I could try those out, because I don't know if this looks like it might be the other side of that pathway that we were at before. I can't actually hit this thing. It's like it's got a force field or something. There we go. Shoot your leg. I think it's dead now. Not you. Okay, you're dead as well. How are we gonna get back up though? How are we gonna get back up here if we drop down? Like there was that jump that way, but I don't really have confidence that I'd be able to make that. Oh well. Let's see how we go. Spikes at the bottom there. What is this thing? Oh, it's the artifact. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. I don't think I can get across. I think I can get over there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's get a screenshot of this bad boy. First artifact in Ark. That is amazing. Get the cave in there as well. Dead spider. Anyway, enough shenanigans. How do we pick this up? Oh, here we go. It's got an inventory. Mastery of the skies confers a distinct advantage over Earthborn competition. Only one of these may be carried at a time by an organism. Artifact of the Skylord. Sweet. Only weighs 5, which is interesting. But there's no actual loot apart from the artifact in here. So are we supposed to jump across there? Oh crap, I nearly fell off. I'm hitting the ceiling there. I do not like this at all. I don't think we'd be able to get our stuff back either if we fell down there. Plus, we got to think about Oscar. we got to think about Oscar. I don't want to plunge down there and get him killed. I can respawn, Oscar cannot. But yeah, they probably expect you to jump across there. Forget about that. I'm not going to do it. Can we get back up here? Maybe I can make a... Let's just see if we can jump up. Okay, that's probably not going to happen. Can we craft some sort of a step ladder out of dead bodies? If I can drag this, that would be great. It's not giving me the option though. The other one fell down in there. All I want to do is drag your body over so I can stand on it. Gotta be careful, don't accidentally fall in. It's not giving me the option to drag it. About from this side. Drag body must be closer. Yeah, I'm sure you want me to get closer. There we go. Alright. So put it there. Oh, we did it! That is that is genius right there. I feel like there might be some areas we haven't explored though, but surely there's some loot. Well, he almost scared me for a second. This guy. Obviously we've come through here. There was no loot to be found here. Let's see what else we've got. This is where we jumped over. Oh, right. What is this? I was hoping there would be... Oh, crap. It's kind of a good sign because it means we haven't been here yet. Can we chop this thing off? Fresh creepy crawlies means it's an area we haven't explored yet. They could be hard to spot. I don't know if there is loot in here or not, but do you reckon we could get out if we jumped in there? Oh, that's that water pool anyway. I think we can get to that from the other side. Possibly. Oh. Or they could be underwater as well. You know, if there is loot here, it could be in the water. That's something to think about. I thought the water would make me super cold, but it actually wasn't too bad. Possibly because of all the insulation I've got. What do we got here? Right, let's see. That's where we came from. This is the other side of that pool. I think we went... Didn't we go down here? I can't even remember. Let's have a look anyway. Leave no tunnel unsearched. Nothing there. Okay. I don't see anything that looks like loot. Maybe they're only, or at least this one might just purely be for getting artifacts from. Possibly. Not too sure how these work. Hopefully those Onyx don't respawn too quickly. Is this where we came from? Yeah, I don't know. There doesn't seem to be any loot in here. The mobs definitely didn't drop anything good. I think we did come this way. Unless I was supposed to chop up the Onyx and those other Aranios or whatever they are. Maybe they have some good materials that they give you if you chop them up. Not too sure. Yeah, we're back at the bamboo bushes. I don't know. Have we explored all the side tunnels? What about this one? Well, this leads back outside. I want to make sure I've thoroughly explored every nook and cranny of this cave, just because... okay, that leads to where we got the artifact from, I think. Very low ceilings. Ridiculously low. These, what would you call this? Like, tech-looking, futuristic-looking materials here make me think that this is a special area, but I don't know. I don't see anything down here. This is where we had all those bats earlier. Oh yeah, that's where we got the artifact from, right there. Oh, it just respawned! The trouble is I don't have a spider to jump on to get back out again. I don't think I can reach it from up here. But we've already got one. It said we can only carry one at a time. Or it said an organism can only carry one at a time or something like that. So it must respawn pretty quickly. Maybe the bats and stuff are going to respawn on me as well. I've got to be careful. Well, I don't know. It seems like there's no actual loot down here, so we might actually make our way back towards the exit and just get out of here. We'll just have a look underwater here real quick. I don't really see anything down here though. Just crystal and stuff like that. Right, I think this looks familiar. I think it's got to be this way somewhere. Yeah, here we go. The bamboo. Right, let's follow this up here. Here we are, we made our way out. Wow, okay. So that's interesting. We got ourselves the artifact of the Skylord, guys. There wasn't really any loot down in there. There was just some spiders and bats and stuff. That was about it. So I don't know if there is like random loot that can spawn in there or not, but if there was, we didn't find it. So what I'll do is I'll leave most of this stuff. Did I put anything in here? Let's grab this stuff back out of here. And yeah, we'll head back to base. So we've got one of the artifacts that we need. Actually, while we're here, let's cruise up here to this obelisk and just see if this was the one that we needed the artifact of the Skylord for. I don't know if the different obelisks take different artifacts or not, but we'll take a quick look at it while we're this close to it. We might as well. Alright, let's take a look at this thing over here. So, blue obelisk. We've got the Megapithecus Gamma, Beta, Alpha. So for this one we need the artifact of the Brute, the Devourer, and the Pack, not the Skylord. And then it looks like we need some trophy pieces as well to get the alpha and beta versions unlocked. It shouldn't be that hard. If we can explore those other caves in future episodes, we might be able to get some of these other artifacts going to try out the boss fight. I think that would be pretty cool. Anyway, let's go down and check out that gold drop if it's still down there. And then we'll head back to base. Okay, we've got a Megalania saddle blueprint and a Bary saddle blueprint. That is huge. Where is it? 54 armor when we craft that. Plus, if we boost our crafting skills, we should be able to get higher levels on that as well. It's pretty awesome. That's amazing. Because so far I haven't got any Bary saddles that have been higher than the primitive ones. Okay, we made it back to base, guys, and I put away all the stuff that we no longer need for the time being until we head back into the cave again in the future, I guess. But yeah, we made it out with our very first artifact, the artifact of the Skylord, and I have been picking up one or two of these artifact pedestals from the occasional supply crate. So I believe these are what we can display our artifacts on. So we might start our collection here of artifacts. We'll just put this one. Let's see. We'll just put it here, I guess, in the middle, since it's our first one. Let's have a look at this. So I guess we just chuck that in there. Does that? No? Oh, there. There we go. Nice. At least it doesn't make the air go all weird like it does when it's in the actual cave. But it's got some pretty cool particle effects going on as well there. It's pretty sweet. Hopefully we can get a collection of these happening. Although we will need to use them, I guess, when we activate the obelisks as well. Sweet. Very nice indeed. Okay, so let's see. So one last thing that I do want to do, let's just eat one of our burgers. I don't know why it sounds like a drink when I eat that burger. But anyway, one of the things that I want to do as well is I want to craft up the chemistry bench here. So let's fabricate that up here, since we've got enough materials right now. And I think the only other really large expensive thing that I have at the moment to craft after this is the grinder, if I decide to make this thing, because this is going to be the 3200 metal. Quite a lot of oil, crystal, all that stuff. We actually have almost everything except for the metal ingots, and I don't know, I've probably got about, I might have close to that once I transport them all up from the industrial forge. But anyway, let's get back to our chemistry bench here. So I'll probably put this down, put it over here. Now, wow, look how shiny this thing is. But I think we can craft up stuff like gunpowder. Yeah, here we go. Gunpowder, cementing paste, spark powder, absorbent substrata, and our narcotics and stuff. So it's basically like an improvement to the mortar and pestle that we had already. Let's Let's just see how quick it is if we craft up a little bit of gunpowder. I've been trying to get more charcoal happening here. Let's just get a little bit more spark powder out of here. And we'll see just how fast this is. Ooh, that is very fast. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. Man, look how much we're getting though. That's a ton of gunpowder right there. Put that in there. Once I bring all the metal up from downstairs, I'll probably craft that into more ammo. But anyway, guys, that is where we will leave this episode for today. It has been a pretty good episode. We get a lot done. We get a lot of prep done. I'm really happy in particular with those custom recipes. Those were pretty cool to play around with. And we got our first artifact as well, so that is pretty sweet. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.